Hey all, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eileen. I know it's been a minute since I put up a video, but I wanted to revamp and I wanted to put a face with my name. And so I am the owner of VerUp, which is an HR career consultants firm where we specialize in helping applicants find jobs. We coach them in different areas. My specialty is helping experienced workers find a job. So I've developed 10 tips that you can do today, right now, to update your resume. But before we get started, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want more information about HR tips and interviewing tips. And let's get started. So ageism is alive and well during this COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of people have found themselves without jobs, and there have been massive layoffs on every area of the employment market. It affects young people all the way up to experienced workers. And so everybody is feeling the pinch. So with that being said, that means there are more people in the market looking for jobs. So if you're an experienced worker, typically your salary is a lot higher than someone that is not experienced. And so an employer will most likely want to hire someone who, doesn't have that much experience, and their salary would be lower. And so that's why a lot of experienced workers are having a hard time. Tip number one on your resume, you want to definitely not use the word objective, because that is so dated. It's something from, ages ago. So instead, you want to have something like a professional summary or a professional profile. And in that little profile, you want to have 3 or 4 sentences that really describes you as a professional and just highlight your uniqueness in that summary. And number two, I get a lot of pushback on this, but if you have education or some type of certificate or whatever, and it's been a long time, you want to take off the actual graduation date. You want to just put something that says something like you graduated or something, but the date, we're not trying to lie to anyone, but we want our age to be ambiguous. You don't want them to automatically know that, if you graduated college in 1992, that you're 40 something years old. So the only thing they really need to know is that you graduated. So that's why you want to take off the actual date. Number 3, you want to have a resume that is a combination of functional and chronological. And the reason why is because you're going to have a lot of experience, but you don't want to put all of your experience on there, but you want to make sure that you highlight the skills that you learned from the most relevant job. Number 4, you definitely want to delete any type of outdated software. Sure, you may know how to use it, but if it's not relevant anymore, you definitely don't want to use it on your resume. So such as I've seen Lotus Notes on resumes, WordPerfect. Those are very outdated. Sure, some companies may use it, or even the company that you're at use it, but you definitely don't want to put that on your resume. You want to stay current as much as possible. Number 5, so you definitely want to limit your time span on your resume. Some people go back 20 or 30 years of employment. That's a no-no, because you don't want to let them know, like I said, your age. So you want to go between 10 or 15 years, and only 15 if you've only worked at one other place within that time frame. Again, we're not lying to anyone. We're just trying to make your age not as obvious to the recruiter. And number 6, a lot of people just do not realize this, but you definitely want to take off your street address on your resume. There's no need for that. There's no need for anyone to mail you anything. There's no need for them to look up and look to see how much your house costs. So just don't do it. The only thing that you're going to need is your email address and your telephone number and your LinkedIn profile. And that's it. And number 7, make sure that you have an updated email address. You shouldn't be using anything such as AOL, Yahoo, or Hotmail. Try to use something more current, such as the iCloud or Gmail. You definitely want to make sure that you know how to use those emails. And if you don't know, there's tons of resources out there to show you how to create the email and how to manage it. If you're not familiar with any of those accounts, such as iCloud or Gmail, I put a link in there to show you how to set it up in step-by-step process. Number 8, you want to take out all irrelevant training and skills that you may have had. I know someone that had 2 pages of training from 20 years ago. That is not going to make you look relevant. Experience is not a bad thing, but the goal is to show relevance. And relevance is key between getting a job and not getting a job. So after you've taken out all that training that's not relevant, add the training that you've done within the last 12 to 18 months. This will show your relevance as well. So after you take it out, you want to add the relevance training in. And finally, number 10 is so important. This is going to separate you from the ones that are doing the extra to get that job. You want to make sure that your LinkedIn profile matches your resume. There are 2 reasons why. The first one, you're going to get a lot more alerts if your LinkedIn account is up to date. And number 2, you better believe that if you get a call or interview, they have already looked at your LinkedIn page to make sure that it matches your resume. So that is so critical. I know there are so many experienced workers that just don't feel comfortable putting themselves out there on LinkedIn. But even if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to put a picture up, but you do need to have your name and relevant experience that matches your resume. If you have trouble doing that or you need help with that, I definitely can help you with that. So those are my 10 tips that I feel that if you're over a certain age or if you have a lot more experience, these are things that are definitely to help you get an edge on the competition. Tell me what you think. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, see you later. Are you someone that sweats during interviews because you just can't come up with the right answers, or you don't know what the interviewer is looking for? Well, sweat no longer. Check out my new ebook, Tip to Ace Your Next Interview in 2021. My book will help you build your confidence and answer those tough interview questions with ease. So pick up your copy today. Why not invest in your future for less than a cup of coffee?